Yep, it's going down. Cool.
Hey guys, this is Just Think Big, Grow Up and Going Green. We made our first co-op mother deep water culture, recirculating deep water culture system. We're gonna have 8 different strains, all fed by this reservoir with all the nutrients in it. Pumped up through here into like a 12 head disperser, if you will. The ones that are not used are being put back into the reservoir. The other ones are distributed to drip into each one of the clones here that have rooted aeroponically, and then just put in hydroton and set up. Here we have about one of the nicest pumps you can get, pumping a lot of air through a single cord to a splitter, and then over here to a 6-way splitter to another 6-way splitter. The ends are turned off, and then it feeds 4 each of the buckets here. Now here, the bottom of the reservoir this is the height of the water that will be in all the buckets. So it comes out through here. These are on disconnectors, so we can turn this off and disconnect the buckets and move them around if we need to. Again, this is just a drip head here, dripping down onto the hydroton into
about
roots.
1 to 2 gallons per hour.
1 to 2 gallons per hour, Grow Up says. And yeah, every bucket has disconnects.
Each one is different. About 17, 16, 18 gallons an hour between the whole setup.
So a couple hours and got a whole
It really comes down to what.
And here we got end ones, and these are just on stoppers. And if we were to open this up, water would come out. And this is so we can add more if we want. And here you can see an empty bucket. Air stone in each one of the buckets to feed the roots oxygen. Anything else, you guys? Did I leave anything else out?
No, the humidity inside the root zone is important.
The humidity, yeah, come on, talking to
The
me.
humidity inside the root zone, which is inside those buckets, is important, as well as cold water. You want to make sure your water is always cold. If it's not cold, think about a chiller, or think about getting your room temperatures down, and make sure that water temps are always under 73. It's just that the roots don't like anything hotter than that. You'll get fungus. And
Can you throw ice in the reservoir here?
you can throw ice in the reservoir, try to use pH water, but you also want to do, the best thing to do is frozen bottle water, big 2-gallon jugs, you freeze them and then just throw them in the res. And that's if your water is too hot, but generally you're okay as long as your room temperatures stay okay.
We talked about the connectors. You ever hit on that?
Yeah, hit on the connectors. We'll probably end up moving this reservoir over here a little bit more and just shifting, drilling another hole so we can run maybe a 3rd or maybe a 4th if you wanted to.
We'll check your
Doesn't need to be any higher than 72.
73.
Power cord ran through the water from the pump up and out. We're going to cover this to make sure no light gets inside of the reservoir, because mildew will start to develop because of the light and the nutrients and the temperatures. Same with all these. No light. That's why they're dark, thick, black. These were all purchased at a grow store, and the whole setup here cost about $600. And is that with the discount?
It was about $550 with the discount.
$550 with the discount. 20% discount.
A little more than that.
You get the picture.
Yeah. How big is the? How much does this air pump pump?
88 liters an hour.
88 liters an hour of air. This thing will pump, so more than enough to feed these oxygenators in the bottom of these buckets here.
We got a roll fresh as at home.
Okay. Well, we're out of here, and if you have any questions, hit us up on BudBook, and we'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. Take it easy, guys. Bye.